Uh, what is your earliest memory of watching a movie?
Sir, I honestly have no idea. I've been asked this question so many times before, and it's a strange question, or I thought it was a strange question because I thought, okay, well, everybody's been watching films since they were born, right? And I realized, no, that's not the case. A lot of people really remember their first theatrical film experience, but from when I was born, I think I'm sure when I was 1 or 2, also my parents would have taken me for a movie. So I don't really specifically remember that moment. I just remember when I was a kid, I remember watching The Lion King a lot, and it definitely influenced a lot of how I see art today.
Okay.
But yeah.
For example?
So I've worked in art and in Broadway
And
in the US.
architecture,
Yeah,
you
and I
studied
worked on
architecture.
Broadway sets in the US when I was studying there. And so much of it had to do with when I watched The Lion King and I rewatched it in on Broadway. There was just a spark in me that united, and I was like, wow, that 2D has become this, and to see that transformation and to see that translate onto the stage, it did something in me. And that's when I was like, I wanted to. I worked on sets there, and so
You worked on the sets of the Broadway production of Lion
not
King.
not of Lion King, but I worked
On other.
on other productions.
Yeah.
In fact, it was yeah. I did work on the stage that they performed in, but no, I did not work on the Lion King.
Right. So what made you want to say I want to do architecture in the US?
I didn't want to do it. It was just one of those things of an Indian parent saying you need to study before you do anything else. I chose architecture because I knew that if I was working, I didn't know I wanted to be an actor, but I knew I wanted to work in cinema. And Sabu sir has been, or Sabu Cyril, he's been an inspiration for me, like since childhood, like what he was doing, the things he was building. So I always thought maybe that's the field that I would go into. And so architecture was the closest thing to that because to create sets, I could draw plans, make all of those models, and do all of that. So that's why I chose architecture, not because of any other reason. There was no, the passion was always cinema.
Did your father ever say, I'll launch you?
Absolutely not. In fact, for the longest time, he never wanted me to be a part of this industry. And I think that anyone who works in the industry will understand that sentiment. I remember speaking to Dulquer also about this, about how his family didn't want him to get into the industry as well. And like I said, these guys work a lot. We all see the glamorous side of things, but honestly, I've seen the way that my dad has worked all of his life, and it's not as glamorous as people think. There's a lot that happens. And I don't think any parent would want that for their child. So my parents never really wanted me to get into it. And that itself was a struggle. But yeah, I don't know how to explain this.
So okay, to go to the future, if you have children, would you say go into films?
Sir, I can't tell them to do something that I myself did. I mean, I can't tell them to not do something that I myself did.
You can't say that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it's like. But in general, when you came to the industry, your father says don't go into films, but you end up doing that. And then, so at that point, what did your mom and dad tell you? Like, what is the best piece of advice they gave you?
I think my mom always knew that this is where I belonged. My dad was just always in refusal, which is why even to launch me, he was like, I don't think I'm the right person for it because I'd never seen you as it. A director needs to be inspired by their actors in order to actually work with them, right? So he's never seen that kind of inspiration in me, or he's never seen me as that.
Right.
So I don't think he ever wanted to work with me because of that. But the advice that I think both of them gave me, I don't know, it's weird. My parents aren't very advising people. Is that a word again?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really advise so much. I don't think my dad even knows half the time what film I'm doing and what the film is about. My mom also, she's like, just as long as you think you'll be happy to get up and go to work, then you're okay.
That's good advice.
That's the only advice mom's given me. And my dad's like, he's like, you learn along the way. He's like, I'm not going to give you all of the things that I've learned because it's very different now.
Yeah.
So he's like, just figure it out on the way. I was like, okay, cool.